Hi guys, it's Denise with Swell Yoga. I have Kitty Simon, Kitty Jasmine, and Doggy Bodie with me today. So today what I'd like to work on is another skill set in the practice of yoga, and specifically Ashtanga, and that's where my roots lie, are in the Ashtanga world. So if you've taken vinyasa-based classes, you probably have done crow pose or Bakasana. So crow pose is an arm balance, and I'd like to kind of work through the steps to master your crow pose. So Bakasana has many benefits, certainly arm strength. It can be kind of a modified upside down posture, but as the knees are pressed into the body, there is some compression there that invokes a certain extra circulation into the internal organs. Going into the arm balances invokes a sense of strength and confidence, and it's very empowering. So I'd like to just go through a warm-up. We're going to warm up the upper body, and then we're going to learn how to do crow pose, and then we're going to twist our crow pose, and then we're going to go into a variation as a challenge in crow pose. So enjoy. We're going to start standing today. We're going to move through a vinyasa flow, Surya Namaskara A. It's sunny here. I'm coming to you from Encinitas, California. It's warm out, and so we're going to build a little heat. All right, make sure you have some water handy, and also a block if you have a block. Okay, great. I'm going to be showing you my profile today. All right, move to the top of the mat, hands to the heart center, and just root into each leg. Engage the core, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Soften the eyes, the face, and mostly your jaw. Begin to invite your Ujjayi Pranayama, breathing in and out through the nose. Remember, this is a breath that's audible, so tune in to the sound of your breath, but mostly tune in to what you feel, the feeling of your breath move. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale the arms over your head. Exhale as you fold and hinge from the hips. Release the head. Inhale, lifting into the heart center, extending into your spine. Step, hop, or walk back to either a plank or drop to the knees to make this more gentle. Beautiful. Dropping into the heart on your exhale for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale your heart. For Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog, you can make this a little more gentle by coming into Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. Beautiful. So make your way into downward facing dog, hips reaching to the sky, heels reaching downward toward the mat, releasing into the neck. Let your head just dangle. Heart is reaching back toward your legs, your thighs. Engage the thighs, lifting the kneecaps, and breathe. Lift the heels, step, hop, or walk the feet to your hands, inhaling the heart, the spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Root into your legs, rise with your next breath, reaching high to the sky. Hands to the heart center as we come back to equal pose, Samastiti. Beautiful. Again, moving with your breath. 1, inhale. 2, exhale, folding at the hips. 3, inhale, lifting into the heart. 4, exhale, step, hop, or walk back either to the knees or take your full chaturanga. 5, inhaling, upward facing dog. And 6, exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few full cycles of your breath. Try to reach that heart back to open into the shoulders. Beautiful. 7, lift the heels. Step, hop, or walk the feet to the hands, inhaling as you lift the heart. 8, exhale, you fold, release the head. 9, reach, inhale to the sky above you. Samastitihi, exhale, hands to the heart. One more time, inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 3 full cycles of breath. Step, hop, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, lifting into the heart. Exhale, fold. Root and rise. Inhale. Hands to the heart, exhale. Nice, inhale the arms. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, heart lifts, extend into your entire backside. Right leg's gonna step back here as we just open into those hips. Try to stay very active in that back leg, engaging the core throughout your lunge. Nice, press into each palms, each hand, and then step your left leg back. Hold that plank pose. Now here, we're gonna tilt, bring the right hand to the left shoulder, put it down, left hand to the right shoulder, and put it down. Now moving in a tempo that you're comfortable with. Try to stay very, very active in your center. We're gonna do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more, and last one. Beautiful. From here, inhale, exhale, downward facing dog, everybody. Walk your hands to your feet. We're gonna do a few inchworms. We're building strength in the upper body. Walk it back. Walk it forward. One more time, please. Walk it back. And walk it forward. Nice, drop to the knees or take your full chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Lift the heels, step, hop, or walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale takes you to a deep fold. Root into each leg, rise as you reach. Back to your center, exhale. Inhale the arm. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Left leg's gonna step back now into a lunge for the other side. So again, stay really active in that back leg. Squeeze navel up toward the spine. Beautiful, just getting a little opening in those hips. You can use these blocks here. You can put one block under each hand if that's helpful. Nice, so if you're using the blocks, go ahead and set them away. We're gonna step back into your plank. Nice, so here we go. We're gonna do 10 full push-ups. You can always drop to the knees, toenails to the mat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3 more. Exhale as you push away from your mat. 2 more, and last one. Beautiful. Hold that plank, press up and away. If you were on your knees, meet me in a high plank. Inhale, full breath. Exhale, hips to the sky. Take a moment. We're gonna go back into your inchworms. This time, as you walk your hands forward, walk beyond your shoulders to get a little more extension and activation in your core. If you have any shoulder injuries or sensitivities, keep the hands in line. Keep the hands in line with the shoulders. So as you walk it out, see if you can see me, I'm going beyond and I'm supporting myself with the strength of my core. Awesome. One more time. Do what you can. Be true to your body. Don't do anything that is not going to feel good or you might get injured. Not the objective for today's tutorial. Beautiful. Walk your hands back. Let's meet in a down dog. Awesome. Step hop or just walk the feet to your hands. Inhale your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Root and rise. Inhale. And exhale to your heart. Just take a moment. Release the arms here. We're gonna step the right leg back into a lunge. Good. So my hope is that we're just gonna get a little more opening in those hips. Now we're gonna turn that back foot to a 45 degree. Notice what you're feeling on your inner thighs. Awesome. Now we're gonna turn to the side edge of your mat and squeeze to each outer hip. Beautiful. Take the arms up, inhale. Exhale and press into your palms. Now what I'd like for you to do is practice applying gentle pressure on each hand. So pressing the palms firmly into the mat is crucial to nail arm balances. Okay, so if this is difficult, just give yourself a little time to practice opening into the wrist. You can bring the tops of the hands down. You can turn the fingertips toward each other and then extend or lock out those elbows. And then fingertips move away. Good. And then maybe rock each direction. And then lastly, fingertips face the side edge of the mat, but try to bring your palms in line with the arches of each foot. And then push your palms down. This is gonna crank on those wrists a little bit, so be gentle, take it nice and slowly. Good. And then release. Rotate the wrists, bend into your right knee. Shift the hips softly toward the right ankle. Keep each foot facing the side edge of your mat. Now reach your arms forward, tips of the fingers here please, and drop the head between the shoulders, opening into your shoulders. Walk toward the left heel, the left ankle, open up those hips when you're ready, extend and drop in. We're gonna shift side to side. Just another little exercise, a little movement therapy for those hips. Now, if you like, you can pause to either heel the right heel, opposite foot, the toes rise, the heel drops in for a completely different opening in the hamstrings. And then shift over, other side. So opposite toes are rising, tailbones dropping for a hamstring stretch. Very, very different than this movement. So I like to really blend each. So it's kind of fun. Take a moment to find some creative movements in your hips. Drop those tailbones just for a breath or two. Beautiful, and then come back to your center. Take your peace fingers, bring them to the inside of each big toe. Fingertips wrap under each toe, thumbs go on top of each toe. Then inhale your heart. Exhale, and with the strength of your arms, pull your heart through the center of your legs. Elbows are at a 90-degree angle. Inhale, look up. Hands come to your hips. Exhale as you rise. That was a great stretch, wasn't it? One of my favorites. Nice. So we're going to turn, bring both knees back, and then sit on your heels. Okay. So now we're going to move into Bakasana, crow pose. It is an arm balance. So the head is not on the floor, it's not a headstand, it's arm balance. So arm strength is important. So there are just a few more drills that you can do to test the strength of your arms and to create that confidence in yourselves before you decide to go into your arm balance, because it's a scary pose. I like to do these around Halloween because there's a risk of tumbling onto the face and your nose. So if you would like, I'm going to give you one more idea to test your arm strength and prove to yourself that you can do this. Okay, so go to the wall. I have the railing here on this deck. So what we're going to do is back this up a little bit. I'm going to turn the camera so you can see. Pretend that this is a wall. I'm going to put my mat right against the wall. I'm going to come against the wall like so. And then I'm going to press into each of my arms. I'm going to put the feet against the wall. Whoa, I just broke my deck. And then walk your feet up the wall. And just pause here. Try to make sure the shoulders are in line with the wrists. And just press up away from the mat. And breathe. Try this for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And then carefully walk your way back down to your mat. And then have a seat. So that is a good way to build upper body strength. You can always do, sculpting with your weights and that sort of thing. Okay, so we're going to get into the meat of our video today. And that is going through Bakasana, crow pose. So first, we're going to come into a squatted position. Okay, if you have any problems with your knees, this may aggravate the knees, but try to do the best you can. So just tune in to what you feel and really honor your bodies here. So next, we're going to create that strong foundation in each hand. Fingers are spread wide. The wider your base, the more steady you will be in your arm balance. Next, we're going to lift those hips up and we're going to drop the hips down. So inhale as you lift, notice my heels, and exhale as you come down. Let's do one more like that. Inhale and exhale. Next, we're going to bend the elbows. Keep your knees bent and do a few of these playful little push-up variations. Then bend the elbows and lift the hips. See if you can place your knees to the upper arm on each side. Then just lift one foot. Stay here. Put that foot down. If you need to take a break, please do. Elbows bent, knees find each arm, upper arm toward the armpit, then lift the other foot. Nice. Now, if you need to take a break, take a break. Oftentimes, I see people bringing their knees off the arms. That is dangerous because the knees slip off the arms. So just getting the knees to the very top area of this upper arm, the humerus bone, it's right on the bone, right below the armpit. You will be more secure in the crow. So get those knees wedged in, shift the weight to the palms, focus forward, try to avoid dropping the head. So we're looking forward, then just lift one foot at a time, put it down, other foot comes up, then lift one foot, and then try to lift the other foot. And then balance on your hands. And breathe. Good. Nice. Okay. So crow pose. It's cute. The bees are out, they're pollinating, and the kitties are chasing some of the bees. So spring is in the air. So love it. All right. So Bakasana, crow pose. Now, we're going to try that one more time, and then we're going to move into a twisted crow. So here we go. Bakasana. Good hand foundation. Elbows are bent. Knees find the upper arms. Tilt your weight forward. Find your drishti, your focus. Lift one foot, then the other foot, and balance on your hands. More advanced folks, the arms are a little straighter than bent. And breathe. Beautiful. So now, if you want to take a sip of water, go for it. Stay salty, my friends. Okay. Twisted crow. One of my favorite low back twists. Actually, it just feels super good. So you can really take your time working into this arm balance because the benefits of the twist are lovely. So see how it feels for you. We're gonna come back into this squatted position. Continue to face your knees forward, but we're gonna twist over each leg and then just soften into your low back. Great low back twist. How does it feel? One of my favorites. I love it. Now notice the tips of my fingers are up, and we can't do our arm balance on the tips of our fingers. I mean, unless you're like an Olympic gymnast. I'm sure you could. But we're learning. So I'm going to have you hop away from that side edge of your mat so you have lots of mat available for each hand. Then just practice pressing your palms into the mat. Beautiful. Now notice my knee is pressed to the upper area of my left arm, but there's a lot of gap between my right hip and my right elbow. So bend your right elbow. Bend your right elbow and place that right hip to the right elbow. Now just stay here, push off your toes a bit, focusing forward. See if you can connect the outer right hip to the right elbow, and the outer right knee area is to the left elbow. So I've created a shelf for my hips to rest on, okay? So here we go. We're gonna walk the toes back a bit, the hips find the elbows, and there's my shelf. And then the feet float. Don't forget to breathe. And then come on down. Nice. How'd it go? Practice that. Once you get that shelf, that's probably the hardest part of the foundation of that arm balance. Once you get that shelf for the hips to rest on, the feet become very light, very, very light. So now we're gonna do the other side. So I'm just gonna flip over here so I can see you guys out there in TV land. Come into your squat. sit up nice and tall. Bring both arms over the legs. Now just open into your back. So this forward arm is pushing the knees away, and you're going to feel an amazing stretch across the sacrum. Sacrum is the very, very lowest portion of the spine, 5 fused vertebrae. And typically where we have most of our low back pain, you know, the lumbar and the sacral area. Okay, notice my fingertips are up. So the next thing I need to do is try to get the palms down. And then it's easier to get that forward elbow to connect with the knee. But it's this back arm that is difficult. So bend the back arm, bend your elbow, and then rest the hip. Now my feet are quite close, so the next thing I need to do is lift my heels, tilt forward a bit, and get those feet to move away. And then all of a sudden, I find that shelf and my feet float. Awesome. Okay. Get a sip of water. So now you've probably seen this in Yoga Journal and, you know, a lot of the yoga magazines where the yoginis are, you know, sending their legs apart. You can do that too. And I'm going to teach you how. Now, don't forget the instructions, the parts, the steps that we've already learned. I find that when we start getting eager and we skip steps, we mess up. So I want you to be successful. So take your time and really keep to the steps. And then all of a sudden, you'll be flying your crow across the sky. Okay? All right. So here we go. Good hand foundation. Bend the knees. Move away from that side edge. Take the twist. Settle into the twist. Palms are down. Fingers spread super wide. Bend your elbows. Catch that outer hip. And then tilt forward. Here we go. Feet float. Now, the bottom leg is going to extend as your top leg flies. Bend the knees again. And, oops, I slid off. And then fly. Look how close my nose is to the ground. It's pretty close. So that's why these are definitely scary. So I want you to work on your upper body strength and build that confidence so that you know you can support yourself. Okay, there's one last version, Ekapada Bakasana, single-legged crow. Now we can use a block on this variation, and it's going to be an offshoot from straightaway crow. So we're going to come into your crow position, have your block right in front of you, and we're going to practice just resting the forehead onto your block. Okay, here we go. So elbows bent, knees to the upper arms, tilt forward, come into your crow, forehead to the block, and then pause here. Yeah, good. Practice lifting away and then come on down. Now what we're going to do is fly one single leg up out of our crow. That's the Ekapada. That's a single-legged crow. Start on your strong side. So if you're really dominant on your right, start flying your right leg. So let's give it a try. Palms, fingers spread. You can also start with your head down and then come into your crow. So here we go. Tilt a little bit to the left and free your right leg. bring the right leg back, inhale, and come on down. How'd it go? Try it another time. Give it another try. Now, see if you can start in your crow, put the head down, and then fly to left. And then bring it down. And then float it up. And then back to baseline. Okay, we're gonna try it without the block. And guys, remember, this takes practice. So don't get frustrated if you're not able to do it today or tomorrow or in a week. Please just stay with it, have fun. And then in your next yoga class, when they go into Bakasana or Parivita Bakasana, Twisted Crow, or Ekapada Bakasana, you'll have an idea at least, or you might even nail it. Okay, so here we go. Goodbye block. Here we go, into the crow. And then from your single leg crow, we're gonna step back straight into your plank and go through a vinyasa, and we're gonna finish back on our knees into child's. That's the plan. All right, so set it up, take your time, tilt, float, step back, chaturanga, inhale, upward dog, take it down dog, exhale the hips, and then have a seat. Nice. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you to get a better understanding of how to go through the steps to get into your crow pose, Bakasana, Parivita Bakasana, Twisted Crow, and Ekapada Bakasana, single leg crow. You can follow me on Facebook. Swell Yoga is the page, and my name is Denise, and I thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and happy flowing. Namaste.